All heads hang down. All heads hang down. All heads please hang down. We lost another one today. I grew up with this man. I grew up on his movies, as you know. He was a sort of 80s actor slash 90s actor. Didn't do nothing in kind of the 2000s other than the comeback role that made him in Top Gun with Tom Cruise. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the man, the legend, Mr. Val Kilmer. I grew up in all his movies, as I said before. I never saw Real Genius, but I loved Willow. I loved him in, the remake of Saint. The Saint, it was a Roger Moore British television show, and he remade it into a movie. It wasn't well received, but I still liked it. I loved him in The Ghost in Darkness with Michael Douglas. That was a great movie. But my two favorite movies, of course, of all time from Mr. Kilmer here was Batman Forever. And, of course, the critically acclaimed movie he ever did was Tombstone, which everyone, even me, thought he was supposed to get an Oscar nomination for that, at least Best Supporting Actor or something, but they never treated it like it was Unforgiven.
I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry. Why, Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked over your grave.
Fight's not with you, Holiday.
I beg to differ, sir. We started a game we never got to finish.
The Clint Eastwood film, they never treated it like that, which was saddening to me. What was saddening to me, too, is to hear that he had throat cancer. I did not know this. I've heard about it. He had some kind of cancer. I didn't know he couldn't speak because he went on multiple rounds of surgeries and chemotherapy, all that. He went through a lot of things. And he couldn't speak no more. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I just thought he fell off the map because he was sick all the time. He was sick all the time. I think you know what? I'm just going to read from Wikipedia because I don't know everything from everything, as you know that about anybody. I just don't want to do all heads hang down. If you don't know my stilo, my rep, stilo is a 90s term, meaning if you don't know the way I move. The way I move is basically I just don't do all heads hang down. I give also my respect. I do a sort of a small autobiography about the star who has died. So let me get this right. And also in Wikipedia it says it's being heavily updated because this is just recent. Val Edward Kilmer. He was born December 31st, 1959, and he died on April 1st, 2025. He was initially a stage actor. They know that. I figured that most actors are usually Broadway type actors. They usually do. They usually are. He did movies like Real Genius in 1985. Then, of course, he did the wildly popular Top Gun, of course. Then he did Willow, which I loved Willow. He also, which I didn't see this movie, he played Jim Morrison in the Oliver Stone's The Doors in 1991, which I've heard about it. Did The Prince of Egypt, which was one of my favorite, 1998. He did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang in 2005 with Robert Downey Jr. I heard about that movie being really good. I heard about that movie being really, really good. And of course, he reprised his role in Iceman in Top Gun Maverick. That was his final film performance, of course. Here we go. In 2015, Kilmer was diagnosed with throat cancer, and he underwent, tracheal procedure that damaged his vocal cords, leaving him with a severe difficulty of speaking. He also went through chemotherapy, and he went on 2 surgeries for his throat. Kilmer films have grossed over $3.7 billion worldwide. And even Roger Ebert, before he died, said, if there was an award for the most unsung leading man of his generation, Kilmer should get it. Yeah, he really was. He really, especially in Tombstone, he was brilliant.
Come on. Come on. Oh, Johnny. Come on.
He was brilliant. And now, side note, that's actually coming on 4K, I think in May. It's coming on 4K May or June. And I'm just stoked. I'm going to get that. Kilmer was a Christian Scientist. I did not know that. I think it's Scientology, if I'm not mistaken. And when he learned about his throat cancer, he told the press it was the suggestion of throat cancer. Opted not to explicitly associate himself with the diagnosis. He underwent chemotherapy despite being conventionally against his religion. Scientology this is why Scientology is so beyond dumb. They don't like medical science, or they think medical science is evil. Prescription drugs is evil, which I agree with the prescription part. Prescription drugs is of the government. You said for don't trust the government, but they don't believe in surgeries. They don't believe in any of that. Even John Travolta's son died because they didn't believe in company. I think he would have lived more. That's why I said I don't like Scientology at all. My God. He was married to Joanne Whaley. I already knew that, from 1988 to 1996. They met on Willow, of course. They have 2 children, Mercedes and their son, Jack. Kilmer also had a reputation for being difficult to work with, having feuds with some actors, notably Marlon Brando and Red Planet. He had, and Heat, his co-star Tom Sizemore. He didn't get along with them. Michael Biehn, dude from Terminator, as you know, Rock, two of my favorite movies right there, said that people ask me what it's like to work with Val Kilmer. I don't know. Never met him. Never shook his hand. I know Doc Holliday, but I don't know Kilmer. Meaning, they didn't get along. It was a... John Frankenheimer said this about Val Kilmer. I don't like Val Kilmer. I don't like his work ethic. I don't want to be associated with him ever again. And Joel Schumacher, the director from Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, and of course one of my favorite movies, my favorite, Lost Boys. If you haven't seen that in 4K, you're missing out. He called Kilmer childish and impossible. Oh man, he was very difficult to work with, guys. He was like a Russell Crowe and a Christian Bale, very difficult. But he starts to have that reputation too. So does Bruce Willis. They have those actors have heard so much bad things about him. I'm not gonna lie, especially Bruce Willis. He had a 2-year battle with throat cancer. In order for him to speak, Kilmer plugged an electric voice box to his throat. Although he was reluctant to start medical treatment due to Christian Science beliefs, Scientology, Kilmer underwent chemotherapy and 2 tracheotomies. Excuse me if I don't pronounce that right. He had struggles with medical treatments, including the use of a feeding tube to eat. Wow. In 2021, Kilmer worked with Psionic, a London-based software company, to digitally recreate his voice using AI technology and archive audio recordings of his voice. Wow, I did not know that. For 2022 Top Gun Maverick, director Joseph Konansky said that despite reports to the contrary, they did not use Psionic's AI technology in the film, instead used Kilmer Ashley's voice, although it was digitally altered. And as you know, Tom Cruise is a Scientologist, still is, and he probably said Kilmer not to use that. You know how he goes. Sorry, he's well known, very well known to go against medical treatments and just he to me, I have to say this, don't do respect. Tom Cruise is kind of fake to me. He's been that guy. He's been that guy that weirds me out. He's one of the weirdest actor I've ever seen in my life. He's just weird, very weird guy. And he went against. I know he went against it. I know he did that. Kilmer died from pneumonia in Los Angeles on April 1st, 2025, and he was 65 when he died. He was found by his daughter Mercedes, and he died in his home. Aww. Well, all heads, please hang down. Please hang down for one of the great acting legends. Though he was difficult to work with, it doesn't matter. He's dead now. And I hope you find what you're looking for, Val, in life. Well, I hope that you find what you're looking for, that you found what you was looking for in life. All heads hang down.